Dear readers, reading time, 3 minutes. Here's a quiz. Since 1988, Reader's Digest has interviewed every major presidential nominee except 2. Who are they? Answer, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. It wasn't for lack of trying. Trump never responded, and Clinton canceled on us, though we're still trying for RD.com. The saga began when it became clear that the election would be a contest between 2 people with low favorability ratings, and I wondered, did you even want us to cover the candidates? So using our inner circle of readers at tmbinnercircle.com, please join. I asked you, and surprisingly, 3/4 said we should both interview and cover them as real people. It would be awesome to know how he or she acts with family and friends, not in the political arena, said one. We need to get beyond rhetoric, another advised. That's when we decided to do what RD does best, read through mountains of commentary and reportage by journalists and biographers from the right, left, and center for insights into these 2 living, breathing people. I think the result, who they really are, on page 102, reveals as much as or more than the thwarted interviews would have. From it, I discovered that he has been obsessed with nuclear issues nearly his whole life, and that she's an avid Bible reader. One writer observes Clinton's lack of nation-changing accomplishments, while an attorney who worked for Trump recalls him being gleefully loose with facts. And I learned the deep-seated traits that make each so hard to know, Trump's performer mentality and Clinton's defensive need for privacy. I don't agree with every writer, nor will you, but each carries authority, and the collective chroniclers create the even-handed portraits we all need more of. P.S. Starting next issue, you'll get to know other RD editors when they stop by to write this note. First up, features editor Daryl Chen. Enjoy meeting her. Bruce Kelly, editor-in-chief. Write to me at letters@rd.com. Letters. Comments on the September issue. Reading time, 6 minutes. A different kind of genius. I got a lump in my throat reading Connie Schultz's article about visiting the plant where her late father worked. Both of my parents held factory jobs, and my first job was also at a plant. After that first tough week, I appreciated the gift my parents had shown every day, and I was thankful for the sacrifices they made to provide for me. I'm glad that Connie now feels the same way. T.S. via email. Folding like a genius will change your life. Thoroughly enjoyed the September Genius issue, especially the article on folding clothes, socks, and underwear. I was first acquainted with proper folding techniques by the military some 50 years ago, and was soon able to get an entire clothing issue into a single duffel bag. Is there any possibility you could get that genius to offer some help on how to fold fitted sheets? Lawrence Wood, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Everyday Heroes. I was so touched by Heather McHugh's organization that gives caregivers a vacation. I have been with my son 24/7 since his birth nearly 3 years ago, and his subsequent diagnosis of Joubert syndrome. Some days it makes you, some days it breaks you, but every day it is the reason I keep going. Amanda Craver, Lexington, North Carolina. All in a day's work. In your list of actual meals and blunders spotted on menus from around the world, you mocked bacon butty, but have you ever had one? A common dish in England, it's a bread cake, like a hamburger bun, filled with bacon, delicious. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Diana Jones, Marysville, Washington. Photo of lasting interest. The space equation was quite thought-provoking, but not because it showed a group of scientists in 1957 working on a massive blackboard full of equations. What struck me was that all 6 were white, male, and wearing long-sleeve white dress shirts, and all but one were wearing gray dress slacks. The one nonconformist was wearing brown dress slacks. My, how times have changed. John S. Duty, Winchester, Kansas. Unfreezing Frozen. I started reading my parents' issues when I was in 5th grade and got my own subscription when I bought my first house. Thanks to this article on the Disney film, my 6-year-old is now a third-generation RD reader. Corinne Wright, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The case of the e-cig rebel. I'm glad to see that the resistant subway rider won his case. Isn't vaping really what the anti-smokers wanted? It has no more odor than the guy who doesn't shower and poses fewer second-hand health risks than smoking. I think people are just looking to complain about something. If we smoked candy cigarettes, they would complain about that next. Dan Higgins, Mount Laurel, New Jersey. The miracle of Dylan's brain. I was so happy to hear of the amazing progress Dylan made after his accident, but it is disturbing to think of the many traumatic brain injury patients at the mercy of insurers so impatient to cut costs and pull the plug. We live in an era of amazing medical technology, if you can afford it. Jerry Hill, Blair, Oklahoma. Word power. It was unnecessary to use Donald Trump as an example of bifurcate. I'm sure that there are many other examples of divide into parts that could be used without entering the political arena. Ron Schutema, Fruitport, Michigan. May we borrow your brain. Choose our covers, share ideas with staff, and judge what stories merit publishing by joining our exclusive Inner Circle of Readers. You may also win prizes, including books, DVDs, and gift cards. Go to tmbinnercircle.com to see if you qualify. Send letters to letters@rd.com or Letters, Reader's Digest, P.O. Box 6100, Harlan, Iowa, 51593-1600. Include your full name, address, email, and daytime phone number. We may edit letters and use them in all print and electronic media. Contribute. Send us your 100-word true stories and funny jokes and quotes, and if we publish one in a print edition of Reader's Digest, we'll pay you $100. To submit your 100-word stories, visit rd.com/stories. To submit humor items, visit rd.com/submit. Or write to us at Jokes, 44 South Broadway, 7th floor, White Plains, New York, 10601. Please include your full name and address in your entry. We regret that we cannot acknowledge or return unsolicited work. Requests for permission to reprint any material from Reader's Digest should be sent to magrights@rd.com. Do business. Subscriptions, renewals, gifts, address changes, payments, account information, and inquiries. Visit rd.com/help. Email us at customercare@rd.com or write to us at Reader's Digest, P.O. Box 6095, Harlan, Iowa, 51593-1595.